Good morning, Unity Village Chapel, and welcome to your Sacred Sunday experience. You are here in the right place at the right time for the right Sunday. You have arrived for your divine appointment. So breathe that in with me. Just take a collective breath together. Here we are. Welcome to those of you online and those of you in the house. We have a special Sunday in store. We have a fabulous music team here today. And we have one of my besties, one of my beloveds, all the way out from California. And he is here just to bless you today. When you hear him, you know you're the only person in the room. He is a Johnny Coleman baby. He grew up in Unity. He used to serve at Unity Southeast. He is now at Unity in Sacramento. And just so much love in my heart and gratitude for his presence here today, Reverend Kevin Ross. Breathing into this moment, today is a divine appointment. In Unity, we believe in one power and one presence, God, the good omnipotence. We see God as love, wisdom, and divine mind. We honor all spiritual practices and the diversity of paths that lead to enlightenment and awakening. We believe that we're born blessed, and through meditation, affirmation, and prayer, we remember this truth. It is through the law of mind action that we create harmony in unity in our lives and in our world. So just take a look around this room. Just gaze at the people next to you. If you're online, just post your name, where you're streaming from. This is the practice. These are the people. There is a virtual sanctuary of consciousness that joins together every Sunday with the consciousness of love and unity. We are part of that. So let's feel that this morning. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. You can find a welcome packet online. You can find a welcome packet in the back of the sanctuary. You are here to be connected. You are here to belong. You are here to be loved and to be loving. So we are grateful for this practice that we call unity, and we're grateful for the time to celebrate together. Namaste.
Good morning, Unity Village Chapel. How are you this morning? It's my great joy to be with you and to call our youth director up this morning, who will bring our children forward. Let's welcome her as she brings them forward.
Thank you. All right, everyone come on up. You ready? Are you awake? I saw some sleepy looking faces when they arrived this morning. Here's Jaylin. Amber's like, where is everybody? Anyone else want to come up? Jaylin's coming. She's like, watch me. We got some sparkle shoes going on today. There's two sparkly shoes I see. Sparkle 1, Sparkle 2 over there. But we all shine our light, don't we? And I know there's more in the seats. We bless them, and we have our congregational blessing that we respond. So congregation, your part. Together?
You are born blessed.
We are born blessed.
Oh, beautiful. And congregation?
You are here to be a blessing.
And we are here for be a blessing.
That's right. That's beautiful. Thank you for your bravery. And now let's rub our hands together. We're just generating all the love, just pulling in that love that is in us and as us and around us. And we bless all the youth here, all the youth all around in our congregation and all throughout the world. And we say together,
Come on, little ones. Come quick.
we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. And then we have, she's 6.
Yeah.
She just turned 6.
You just turned 6. Happy birthday.
So in case we didn't know, it's good to know all the birthdays. That's
Wonderful.
Right. So you guys ready? Have a good day? Yeah. Glad to see your shining faces. All right.
Let's have a great Sunday school. God bless you.
This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. As you can see, I'm not Reverend Erin, but I am happy to be standing in for her today, and I believe we are at the point in the service where we will have the daily word and then the meditation. Is that correct? A song first. Oh, carry on. I want to turn around and experience that.
Way back in the land of Pharaoh, there was poverty and slavery. One man said, I'll take my people to a land where they can be free. Now there were quite a few that made it through, but the man was left behind. Turns out he began to doubt he couldn't make it to the promised land, so they had to just keep moving to the promised land of freedom, of freedom. Keep moving to the promised land where we can all be free. One generation wants to tear it down, another generation wants to turn it around. So keep moving to the promised land of freedom where we can all be free. Way down in the land of cotton, there was poverty and slavery, yeah. One woman helped slaves escape up north to where the land was free. Now there were quite a few that made it through, but there were some she left behind. She said you can't make it to the promised land until you change your mind. So they had to just keep moving to the promised land of freedom, of freedom. Keep moving to the promised land where we can all be free, yeah. One generation wants to tear it down, another generation wants to turn it around. So keep moving to the promised land of freedom, yeah. Right now we're living in a land of plenty, yeah. God knows there's enough to go around, yeah. And nobody said that it would be easy to make the world a better place than what we found, yeah. Ooh, way down in the depths of my soul, Holy Spirit keeps calling me, saying, stop your crying and your wailing, girl, break the chains of mental slavery. Now when you hear this call, don't think small, you got to live a life. And if you want to make it to the promised land, you better take me along for the ride. So keep moving to the promised land of freedom, of freedom. Keep moving to the promised land where we can all be free, yeah. One generation wants to tear it down, another generation wants to turn it around. So keep moving to the promised land of freedom where we can all be free, yeah. We can all be free, yeah. We can all be free, yeah, yeah, yeah. We can all be free, yeah. We can all be free, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
That was rousing. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Adam Johnson. I'm a congregant and board member here at Unity Village Chapel. Welcome. Happy Sunday. I keep coming back here because there's something really nourishing to me of seeing the same faces time and time again and just showing up and being seen. And I feel like over multiple years of doing that, it just kind of gets a little bit richer and a little bit deeper and a little bit sweeter. And I appreciate each of you for being here, because it takes your presence to create this for me and for each other. So, you're invited to download the Unity Village Chapel app from the App Store, and you can search Unity Village Chapel and download. You can watch the order of service, you can post on the prayer wall, make prayer requests, and connect with chaplains and community to hold sacred space with you. Please take a moment to mute your cell phones, watches, and any other devices that may make noise and interrupt. Now let's experience the daily word wisdom as a reflection for our shared practice. Guidance. In the divine presence, I am guided. Divine guidance is not only found in burning bushes or mind-blowing revelations. More often, it arrives as gentle nudges, subtle enough to overlook, ordinary enough to dismiss. Yet these quiet signals are holy too. A craving for sweetness, a need for fresh air, a muscle that tightens or relaxes, all can be taken as cues to care for body and soul. As I become present to the fullness of my humanity, my senses, intuition, inner knowing, I recognize guidance as ever-flowing. It invites a restorative resting of mind and heart. It is an alert stillness that listens, a receptive openness where clarity emerges and gentle direction unfolds. I trust the quiet impulses that draw me forward, allowing the simplest moments to lead me towards my soul's fulfillment with ease. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Exodus 33:14.
Sometimes when you're in the valley, all of your burdens you carry alone. Oh, but I know when you need me, call, I'll be there, longing to show how much I care. Peace, I'll give you peace when the wind blows on. Peace whenever you need me, I'll give you peace when the wind blows on. Heartache, whenever your heart aches, I want to be there to help see you through. When you're weary, you know you can find all the faith that you need. Find your hope and your trust in me. Peace, I'll give you peace when the wind blows on. Peace whenever you need me, I'll give you peace the storm has passed and I'll give you peace. I'll give you peace when the storm blows on. Peace whenever you need me. I'll give you peace when the storm blows on. I'll give you peace when the wind starts blowing. I'll give you peace when the wind starts blowing. Ooh, I'll give you peace when the wind starts blowing. I'll give you peace when the wind starts
Beautiful. Let's give her some love and appreciation. Beautiful. Keika, it's good to see you. And so, since it's been so beautifully established that we are here as travelers on the path to peace, let's engage our spiritual practice of meditation by turning within and placing yourself in a receptive position, however you are comfortable doing so. And just become consciously aware of your breath. In fact, repossess the breath from anything that has a hold on it. Reunite with your breath, knowing that it is life's first and eternal gift to you. The simple breath is what connects us one with the one. One more deep cleansing breath. And let it out with a sigh. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go and do that. These are the words of the mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Howard Washington Thurman. Inviting us to contemplate that which makes us come alive. What is it now, as you sit in this sacred center, that is the animating activity of your being? That to which you can throw the entirety of your soul around and experience fulfillment. That for which the toiling and the long hours of your days accrue toward a life worth living. In the first person, ask yourself, what makes me come alive? Deep breath. And let's sit with that in the silence. And now, as the words surface to the top of your consciousness, that speaks to the truth of your aliveness today, hear the ancient call, whom shall I send? Who will go for us? Hear my Lord. Send me. Go and do that thing which makes you come alive. Amen. And so it is.
The prayer will be offered by the guest chaplain, the Reverend Kevin Cottrell Ross, Unity of Sacramento, Sacramento, California.
Kevin is regarded as a respected interfaith social justice leader, committed to building bridges of understanding and cooperation across race, culture, class, and religious lines. Whether in his role leading one of the nation's most diverse and integrated congregations, conducting diversity and implicit bias trainings, or being an outspoken activist for healing the crisis between law enforcement and communities of color, Kevin is dedicated to strengthening communities through dialogue, direct encounter, and education. Mr. Speaker, I ask my colleagues to join me in welcoming Reverend Kevin Ross and thank him for offering today's opening prayer in the U.S. House of Representatives.
May we turn within and look higher to the God of our understanding and pray. Loving presence, we invoke from the celestial balconies the witness of the pioneers of our progress, whose bloody journeys marshaled an unprecedented faith and birthed a new nation of radical inclusion. Bless these sons and daughters of promise gathered in this, the people's house. Let them reach higher for crowns of conscience, to exemplify compassion, and bring from their districts to their desks sharp pencils that carve on their hearts the faces of freedom that they represent. Let this house be an incubator for our best ideas and not a prison for our poorest politics. Let these heroes and sheroes of the people's house summon the intellectual imagination and the intuitive navigation to serve bolder together and break through the ideological gridlock that arrests the potential of our great republic. Let these innovators of cooperation and builders of the beloved community reunite these states of America and lead the way for a world that works for all. This is enough. In the name of a love supreme, we pray, and so it is. Amen and amen. I'm going to need these. Good morning, Unity. How good it is to be here with you at such a significant inflection point in our nation's history, is it not? And there is no better place that I would rather be than at the world headquarters of our Unity movement. And I just want to emphasize to you how important this particular congregation is, and the voices that come across this particular pulpit and lectern at this present time in our nation's history and in the world's history, because indeed you are at the center of a conversation of unity, universal oneness, and inclusion at a time when it is being sought so carefully to be deconstructed. So I want to give Unity Village Chapel some great love and appreciation. Give yourself some love. I also want to acknowledge your great leader, my dear Sister Rev, I call her, Reverend Erin McCabe. I want you to know a little bit about the statistics concerning pastoral tenure. Do you know the average career span for a pastor or a spiritual leader in a single congregation in the United States before burnout is 5 years? In fact, not long ago, I was attending a conference where there were faith leaders from all over the country gathered, and the leader, because we go to places to get away from church to not be ministers for a minute. But in that particular conference, the question was asked, and there had to be at least 2,000 people present. The question was asked, well, how many of you feel as though you are burnt out? Just raise your hand. And then the facilitator said, look around. And people looked around. And it was over 90% of the people present. And so that you have a minister here who has been here for 15 years, leading this congregation through every imaginable challenge, I just want you to know, very well, carry on. And I also want to acknowledge the wisdom of this community for allowing her an opportunity to step away from time to time to regenerate her soul. It is true that you cannot give from an empty well. And so the times that you provide her to go away, to steal away, and to regenerate herself is a continued blessing to you. Is that all right? Thought you should know that. Let's take a moment and enfold our own body temples and just give ourselves a quick love treatment. So that I love doing this every Sunday at my church. I thought I'd share it with you. I can't hug everybody, but I want to hug all of you. This is a big hug from all of us at Unity of Sacramento, where I am the senior minister. It's also a big hug from all of us at Harvard Divinity School, where I do some campus ministry and several projects there, and from all of us from the board of the Parliament of the World's Religions. We all give you great love. So affirm with me, all of me. Come on, all of me is welcome here. All of me is welcome here. Just as I am, even that part, all of me is welcome here. Just give yourself a big squeeze. And know that you are not here by accident. You are here because you are shot from the eternal, and there's something significant and meaningful for you to bring in these times. And irrespective of the story that might be running in the background in your consciousness about who you are and what you've done or failed to do up to this point, I want you to know that you are a candidate for the way love gets to be expressed on the planet at this time. Tell somebody, I still qualify. Go ahead and tell them, I still qualify. Come on, tell them again, I still qualify. Look at them and say, you still qualify. Now, you may have discovered that I'm one of those African-American preachers who may have you talking to each other today. Would it be all right if you broke the rule and weren't so silent in unity this day? All right. I want to spend just a few minutes thinking together with you on the topic, one bold move. One bold move. And I'm thinking about one of my favorite stories from the scripture, the story of the 3 Hebrew boys. You remember them, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they had there was this king Nebuchadnezzar. And this king Nebuchadnezzar was quite the tyrant. He was quite the autocrat. He was quite the demagogue. He was there to demand of the people things that he should have no authority to call for. And he told them to do things that were very unjust. And he threatened them that after I erect this golden statue, orange statue, I don't know what color statue you want to call it, but after I erect this statue and I play the music, I don't care what position you hold, I need you to bow down and worship this golden statue. And if you do not bow down and worship this golden statue, worship this erroneous ideology, worship this notion that there are those who should have and those who should have not. Who knows what I'm talking about? I'm erecting this ideology. And if you don't bow down when the music plays, I'm going to throw you in the fiery furnace. And at that moment, politicians, preachers, and everybody in between had to confront what I call a moment of truth. A moment of truth is a great inflection point where you get an opportunity to cross-examine yourself and ask yourself the question, what do I really believe? You see, we don't know what we really believe until we come under fire. It's not in times of convenience that our beliefs get tested. You do know that. It's in times of challenge when our beliefs get tested. It's easy to say to that newborn baby, look at you, you're just so precious. Oh, you just smell like heaven. And then when she's 15 talking back to you, where's all that unconditional love? Who knows what I'm talking about? Have you ever just wanted to snatch the soul out of a child? Oh, I'm in church. I can't say that. Our beliefs get tested in times of inconvenience, when we're confronted with that great moment of truth. And so there they are, all of these people with titles, all of these people with positions, all of these people who are in the VIP section of places. One by one, when the music is sounded, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, they all bow down, except 3 members of Unity Village Chapel, named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I think they would have been from Unity Village Chapel. And let's see what they said to the wicked ruler, King Nebuchadnezzar. Picking up at Daniel 3:16 through 28. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, everybody say, but if not. Tell them again, but if not. Be sassy about it, but if not. Be it known unto thee, O king, that we're not giving you a third term. No, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was before. In other words, heat it 7 times hotter. You're going to talk back to me? You're going to challenge my foolishness? We're going to heat the fire up even more. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego of Unity Village Chapel and to cast them in the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats and their hats and their outer garments and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace was exceedingly hot, the flames of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Isn't that something? Tell somebody, be careful of doing the king's bidding in these times. You might get burned up too. The king's men who were carrying out the erroneous agenda to harm the faithful were destroyed in the process of throwing Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, just give me a Pentecostal amen. All right, all right. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said up to him, the king, true, O king. He said, and lo, I see 4 men loose. I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire, and the princes, the governors, and the captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered there together, saw these men upon whose body the fire had no power. Come on, tell somebody, the fire has no power. Again, the fire has no power. Nor was a hair on their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake, and he said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. That's your bedtime story for tonight. I thought I'd share that to give some context about the importance of one bold move. The very unity movement is one bold move against a whole world that is steeped in, not the whole world, but a good part of the world at the time this movement was founded, steeped in fundamentalism and one narrow way of interpreting the ancient text. Charles and Murdo Fillmore were radical pioneers at a time when the world said this is the only way we can understand God. And then I come into the picture of unity because of the great student movement that took place on this campus, the great student protest movement that took place on this campus in the 1950s. Where there were students here who were confronted with Jim Crow housing policies that had spilled over into this ministry called Unity that held that I am one with God, I am one with all people, I am one with all life, but found it to be a contradiction to what the teaching was and said, why should we align with Jim Crow policy rather than the teachings of unity? Those were students then. Among those students was a Catherine Ponder, you might not. See, you don't think of Catherine Ponder as radical. But she was confronted with a great moment of truth and saw her classmate Johnny Coleman have to sleep out of this village grounds. And when she and her colleagues were challenged with that great moment of truth, they made one bold move. And they told King Nebuchadnezzar of the administration here that we will not bow down to these policies. And because of that, unity was desegregated. And I am standing here because Dr. Johnny Coleman went on to become ordained here and founded Christ Universal or Christ Unity Temple at that time, and I grew up in that church because of one bold move of some powerful students at Unity Village on this campus. Give them some love and appreciation. You see, we might believe that somehow our actions are isolated. But our actions are actually interdependent. And the move that you choose to make in these times may have a ripple effect across time that might open the gateway for some other greater occurrence to happen. Tell somebody on your left and right, you might just be the key. Tell them, you might just be the key. There are no small moves in God. Anytime God is moving the whole thing because we're not separate from one another. There is no separation. Together there is, come on, no separation. And so from that point of entry, I got to grow up exposed to some very powerful ideas. And those very powerful ideas allowed me to translate them in such a way that would help me to see how I could better my world and my community. But if I don't, and if we don't know what we believe in at this particular time, if we really don't know what we believe at this particular time, then we will fall subject to what I describe in some work that I did at Harvard, dangerous political neutrality. That we will unwittingly contribute to violences for which we are principally opposed through spiritual bypassing. Who knows what I'm talking about? Through the act of only sending thoughts and prayers. So we can get real good at that, sending thoughts and prayers only. And yet somewhere within our souls and within ourselves, we feel that more is possible. Now, here's the thing, though. In fact, let me just tell you something. In our church in Sacramento, we don't sing the peace song every Sunday at the end of the service. I know, just sacrilegious, isn't it? And there's a particular lady that, occasionally comes up to me after service and says, Rev Kev, I sure do miss the peace song. And our director of music and arts, wrote a song particular for our community called We All Belong that we've been singing for several years. And so she would say this to me, we miss the peace song, bring it back sometime. But let's look at it for a moment, shall we? It's a wonderful song, so let me just say we love it, and all of those things. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. But mostly you. That's how we really feel about it. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me, but mostly you. But you first. If you go first, then I might. Come on, talk to me today. I don't really mean me. I mean peace in its abstract form somehow will come into expression because we're singing this song and holding hands. But peace does not ride in on the wings of eventuality. It takes somebody having the testicular fortitude and the ovarian audacity to make a courageous move in real time. Are you hearing me today? Now, here's the good news. Your bold move does not have to look like my bold move. Because we are all unique, individualized expressions of God, and the presence of God has a way of speaking to and impressing upon us what must be expressed. The challenge is, am I embracing that prompting that moves in my spirit to utilize what I have been given to contribute to the moment that we're in? Or am I ignoring it? Am I bypassing on it? Am I handing it off to the young folks? Have you ever heard that one? It's the young folks' time now. I've done all that I'm going to do. And that's somewhat fair if the house wasn't on fire. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I mean, if the house is on fire and there's no young folk coming to put the fire out, you might want to make a little move. Are you hearing me today? Is this helpful to you? So then it's important, because Rev Kev, how do I find the courage? You find it first in what we believe. Deeply rooted in us must be an inflexibility around our beliefs. One of those is, I am one with God. I am one with all people. I am one with all life. Let's say it together. I am one with God. I am one with all people. I am one with all life. This must be so deeply rooted in you until you are triggered when this is threatened in the world, whether it be across the way the planet is being treated, like a waste paper basket for big corporations. Something in the pit of your stomach should rise up when you see this core belief being challenged. Are you with me? In the same manner that Catherine Ponder and her colleagues, something rose up. It was a moment of truth. The mirror was held up before nature, and they had to look at themselves and say, what do I really believe about our oneness here? And it was inevitable that the next action, the next right action, would be to challenge the administration here. Are you with me? The other idea is that we believe that it's God's will that every individual on the face of this earth should live a healthy, happy, prosperous life. We believe that it's God's will. When you make it a theological argument, that God wants every individual on the face of the earth. That's strong now. Which means when the minute you say every and God's will, you have to come out of the narrow confines of New Thought Christianity itself. I'm interested in the Muslim. I'm interested in the Hindu. I'm interested in the Buddhist. I'm interested in every individual on the, face of this earth. I can't have it both ways. And so this is why the rise of Christian nationalism in the United States has become so popular, because people are more concerned with what's in it for me. And I'd rather take on a safe political ideology wrapped up like religion than to allow my branches to extend over many fences and do the deep work of building a world that works for all. Our work is a little tougher. Our work is less safe because our caring is bolder. Come on, say with me. My caring is bolder. It's a bolder type of caring. Another core teaching is that the basis for right thinking is love. Love of God, love of all that is good in our fellow humans and in ourselves. The basis for right thinking is what? Come on. Love. Love of God, love of all that is good in our fellow humans and in ourselves. And so when I am watching the news, which is really the olds, you get that. It's just the recycled story, these archetypes that keep coming in and out of human history to kind of give us an idea of how far we have evolved or devolved as a human species. You realize that? When we are looking at this, we want to be sure that as we're seeing it, we're not calling the news the truth. As Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith likes to say, the news is a prayer request. It's a call to action. It is a reminder of what is ours to be and to do and to respond to in these times. Say, what a prayer request we had last night at 11 o'clock. Have you seen some prayer requests? But here's that other principle in unity. And this is the one where we fall off. I'm guilty of this from time to time as well. It's that fifth principle. It's not enough for us to know the truth, but we must act on the truth that we know. Treat, and move your feet, the religious scientists say. Is that right? And so let's ask ourselves the question, what more can be released through me to affect the times in which we live? Going to bed at night, hopeless, is not the answer. Being a part of the Ain't It Awful Society. Has anybody card-carrying members of the Ain't It Awful Society? Kind of starts like this, child, you wouldn't believe what happened yesterday. And the next person says, oh, that's nothing. You should have saw what happened. This is even worse than yesterday. And so we start getting elite status in the Ain't It Awful Society, and we feel somehow that we've made some progress, but no. We've only contributed to a consciousness that is eroding the fabric of our common humanity. So when I think about a bold move, it is that singular act of courage that you take when you are confronted with a moment of truth that challenges everything you believe. And beloved, when you take that step, there's a fourth one that appears in the fire with you that you cannot discover trying to phone it in. Quick story. Some of you, as you saw in the video, you know that part of my work is activism and being politically engaged. And I found the path to do that using our teachings. While at Harvard, I created a curriculum to teach leaders how to do this as well, and everyday people who really want to kind of thread that needle. On one occasion, I was in San Diego, California for the Association for Global New Thought conference. And there were folks there that I got to engage with, and one of them was the Reverend Wendy Craig Purcell, and we became good friends. And you know how you say, let's keep in touch, and if there's anything I can do to, support what you're up to, let me know. And we had one of those kind of, exchange of friendly pleasantries, like you probably would do after service today, right? So I just put that in my cerebral file cabinet, and the moment of truth came. For me, caging babies and separating them from their parents is a violation of the basis for right thinking, which is love. And so at the US-Mexico border, there were children being detained at the Alta Mesa Detention Center in San Diego, just at San Diego-Mexico border. And across the state of California, 1,000 of us decided that we would go and engage in acts of civil disobedience and say to those that were caging these babies and separating them from their families, not in our names. And so since it was in San Diego, I thought I'd give my friend Reverend Wendy Craig Purcell a call and say, hey, remember you said, remember you said if there's anything that I can do to support you in your work, please give me a call? And she says, yes. I said, well, there's this demonstration that we are about 1,000 of us are going to engage in, and some of us are on the front lines of that march, and I would like for you to join me on the front lines of that demonstration. And she said in substance, here am I, Lord, send me. Wendy got the car, and she drove around and got us to where we needed to be, and 1,000 of us marched on the Alta Mesa Detention Center, and we engaged in an act of civil disobedience in the tradition of Mohandas K. Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and others. And we said, in substance, as we heard the children from inside crying, you could hear the children from inside the prison. We said, in substance, not on our watch, and we gave our hands over to be arrested. And because all of these clergy were standing on the front line, giving our hands over to be arrested, including Reverend Wendy, and the prison is a for-profit prison. The officer who had come to arrest us apparently got a call from up high, the shareholder, saying, we're embarrassing them and that it's causing the stock to plummet because the media was there. Isn't that something? So they chose not to arrest us that particular day. They chose not to arrest us that particular day because it would affect the stock, not because of the moral implication of what was happening. Are you hearing me today? But there was something powerful about witnessing Reverend Wendy answer her great moment of truth. So you don't have to do what we did, but there's something within your reach. Say, there's something in my reach. Come on, there's something within my reach that I can do that will have a ripple effect. And when you do it, that's where you will meet the presence of God. You haven't met God yet until you've used your courage. You felt God, but God meets you in the fire. Say, wow, this stuff is real. And imagine us about to go into that prison that day, how good it felt not to have to go. It's not like I get all dressed up because I want to go. There was a fourth one that stood in the fire that day with us and said, not today, everybody gets to go home. The presence of God is not an absence. And the degree to which we are open and receptive to its activity moving in and through us and entering a point of injustice and the absence of peace, peace will begin to appear because you're here. And so my invitation to you is to explore that which makes you come alive, to explore the ways that you might be prompted to take action in these times that moves us 1% closer to a more perfect union, 1% closer to a just and equitable society, 1% closer to a world that works for all. As Margaret Mead says, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, is still the only thing that ever has. I consider myself a part of that small group of thoughtful, committed citizens, and I invite you to join me. God bless you, Unity, and thank you, everyone. God bless you. God bless you.
Deep inside is your heart's desire. Follow where it goes. Burns inside like a flame of fire from your head down to your toes. And as with every heart's desire is a never-ending strength and a shred of mystery. As with every heart's desire is an everlasting peace and the feeling sweet to the sun. Don't be afraid of heart's desire. Inside is everything you need to live and love and be your dream. You will know your heart's desire. It may not show up in the light, but like a whisper in the night. So follow where it goes. Heart's desire knows. Miracles come from heart's desire, like a baby being born with the power to transform. You must follow your heart's desire so that you can know the truth of the beauty that's in you. Deep inside is your heart's desire. Follow where it goes. Don't be afraid of heart's desire. Inside is everything you need to live and love and be your dream. You will know your heart's desire. It may not show up in the light, but like a whisper in the night. So follow where it goes. Heart's desire knows. Follow where it goes. Heart's desire knows.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Bukeka and the UVC bands. Joe, Todd, Steve, and Bukeka, thank you guys. Thank you, Rev Kev, for reminding us that the basis of right thinking is love, and love requires action. Yeah. Coming up this fall, which will be here before you know it, our Adventures in Spirituality program is an 8-week journey with Mary O'Malley's book, What's in the Way is the Way. It's not about pretending to have it all together. It's about gently waking up to our real lives with awareness, honesty, and compassion. If you're longing for deeper connection and spiritual growth, join us for Adventures in Spirituality. If you've been curious about Unity teachings or thinking about becoming a member of Unity Village Chapel, please sign up for the UVC Exploring Unity and Membership classes, July 15th, 22nd, and 29th. It's a 3-part series on Wednesday evenings, taking place virtually on Zoom from 6 to 8 Central. We'll all get to know each other, explore Unity's history and teachings, learn more about Unity Village Chapel, and discover what it means to be a member. All are warmly invited to a Surat Shabad yoga meditation presentation on Friday, July 17th, 26, from 6:30 to 8 at the UVC Community Center. There is no cost to attend. This presentation will explore an ancient meditation practice that focuses on connecting our attention with the inner divine light and sound of God. This spiritual path has been taught by many great masters throughout history, and the present teacher is Sant Rajendra Singh Ji Maharaj. The meditation will be facilitated by William Smith, who has been practicing this meditation technique for more than 50 years. We hope you'll join us. Full details and registration for all events are available on our website, the UVC app, and in the weekly e-newsletter. It takes a village to create this service, and we're grateful for all who make it happen. Is Lynn Wybar in the house today? Yes. She is here to offer prayer following service as our prayer chaplain. Thank you. We will not be doing a deep dive tonight or today in lieu of I believe, an experience being offered by Rev Kev. No? Bukeka, excuse me. Okay, by Bukeka. I'll get there in a second. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the deep dive is happening on Zoom, but not in person today. Thank you. All right, we now move into the practice of generosity. We give not because it's transactional, but because generosity is a spiritual act. Giving keeps the current of life moving. As we give, we participate in creating life, in sustaining this spiritual home, and in practicing love together. Let's affirm together. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. As you leave, physical offerings may be placed in baskets, and electronic giving is available at the welcome table. If you are visiting and have a heart for supporting our Sunday service, you are invited to join Five to Thrive with an ongoing gift of $5 weekly or monthly. And remember, you can always stay connected through our live stream. Okay, so what I was referring to earlier, Bukeka requests to us to join today following service for the Frequency of Plenty experience with Bukeka Blakemore. Drawing from her newly published book, Soul Notes, Daily Affirmations for Abundance and Worth, Bukeka will introduce the Frequency of Plenty experience, a heart-centered invitation to remember the abundance, peace, and divine worth that already lives within each of us. And a parting announcement: has life been asking something more of you? If today's message awakened a deeper desire to make a greater difference, lead with more courage, or answer a deeper calling, I invite you to take your next step. Reverend Dr. Kevin Kittrell Ross is offering a complimentary 30-minute virtual One Bold Move discovery session for those who are ready to stop waiting and start becoming the person these times are calling them to be. Together, you'll explore the one bold move that could unlock your next chapter, expand your influence, and empower you to become a greater force for good in your family, your community, your profession, and our world. Appointments are limited and available by reservation following today's service. If you're ready to respond to the call of these times with greater purpose, courage, and impact, stop by his table to schedule your complimentary session. Remember, the future doesn't change because we wait for the right moment. It changes when ordinary people decide to take one bold move. Perhaps that moment is today. Yeah. Now let's give our musicians one more round of appreciation as we stand and sing the peace song and recite the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I love those stabs, man. Here's what a club-handed guy would play. Clonk, clonk.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's something that Monk might play.
Yeah, right.